Greetings and salutations. When it comes to, like, looking back at films that, we're kind of nostalgic about, a lot of people probably say, yeah, Robin Williams films. But I bet most people probably don't think about the, Francis Ford Coppola film, Jack. You remember this one? Well, we're gonna give it some love and attention. Because, in a way, like the title said, this film kind of is a bit of a hidden gem. Yes, I understand, the film had received a lot of negative reviews from critics. And, yeah. But then again, that's not always, an example of, say, hey, good or bad and all that. But what was the film about? Well, in the film, Robin Williams plays the role of Jack Powell, a boy who ages 4 times faster than normal as a result of a unique medical condition. And honestly, I believe I saw this movie growing up. I actually saw this when it came out. I believe I wouldn't have been 5, I think.
Mom, Dad, I'm going to school.
Jack Powell is a 10-year-old boy who ages 4 times faster than normal.
Jeez, he looks like my dad.
And even though he looks like a grown-up,
Hey, big guy, you shoot hoops?
Me?
No, the 40-year-old kid behind you.
he's still
Maximum weight up here is 150 pounds.
just a kid.
Jack, you better eat this.
Robin Williams, Jack.
Wow, not bad.
But yeah, I saw this movie as a kid. So it's been quite a few years since I've seen this movie. And yes, I understand, Francis Ford, when people think of Francis Ford Coppola, they'll probably think of something say, Apocalypse Now. They're probably not thinking of this film. But after having, sat down, watched it, having thought about it, I'm of an opinion that, yeah, this film kind of has a bit of a heart. Some heart in it. Yes, I can understand some folks saying it's schmaltzy.
I love you, man.
Or, it's probably not the greatest thing ever. And that, say, although, compared to, say, most Robin Williams films, yes, he's not really given a lot of, say, the greatest, funny, lines or funny things that he can do. But, remember, this is both a coming-of-age story and also a /comedy drama. And I think, since this is, film, even though this film was PG-13, the film has a bit of a almost family kind of humor. Even though at times there are folks that are smoking at times. And even when Jack ends up hitting out his teacher, Miss Marquise, played by Jennifer Lopez. Yes, at first, when you're, watching, you feel say, Mostly because, say, yes, the character is supposed to be 10 years old, but at the same time, it's Robin Williams, so...
And teachers and students don't go to dances together. Do you understand that?
Please.
No. I'm sorry, honey. It just wouldn't be right. Do you understand? Oh, Jackie, don't. Oh, Jackie.
I'm okay.
Even the character does say, hey, it would be strange for him to be going on a dance with, say, one of his female classmates, because, he may be 10 years old, but he actually looks like he's older. Yeah, I can understand like why some folks probably thought, you know, like had some issues with the film, but when it comes to the dramatic moments of this film, I think they're done fairly well. Like when, you know, like when he's running away, you know, when the teacher says, "Hey, I'm sorry, but no," but then he ends up having almost a heart attack, and I'm like, the way it's done, I think it's done fairly well. I think it is done fairly well, and I do think when Jack is just like, you know, hanging at home because, you know, he doesn't think, you know, at first he's doesn't think that, you know, he should be in school because, you know, he seemed much of an outcast in a way. So he decides to go to a bar. And, well, at one point in the film, he ends up, like, one of his the classmates, in this case, like Lewis, when he ends up saying, they say, "Hey, this is my friend, this is the principal," so he's having to pretend to be the principal around the Lord, like, you know, the mom played by Franz Dresner, and when she ends up hitting on him, and I thought, okay, this is kind of funny. Like, especially like say it's taking place in a bar, so he ends up becoming best friends with a guy named Paulie, and they get drunk together, and it's kind of funny, I think. But it's kind of like kind of silly, like when he's just saying kid humor, and the guy's just like saying, "Wait, what?" And then he's just feeling so upset. But I don't know. But I do have to say, one of the moments where I thought, where it's just, okay, this is the moment where I think the film has the most dramatic moment, though, is at the end of the film, in which Jack becomes the valedictorian. So he gives a bit of like a class speech saying, "Hey, you know, don't be afraid, don't be scared."
And we find ourselves thinking about the future. We start to worry, thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be in 10 years? But I say to you, hey, look at me. Please, don't worry so much. Because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting.
And, like, you know, even though Robin has passed away after many years, that moment is still, I think, a bit of a... I think it's done well. I think it's kind of enduring. That moment when he's giving that speech. But yeah, sorry, it got to me for a second there. I thought it was really good. Yeah. I'm honestly a bit surprised. At first, I was kind of thinking, expecting to go, nope, not great and all that. And at first, that's what my perspective was. But as I went through it, I kind of thought, this film is kind of charming. Yes, it has that 90s family kind of humor, even though this is PG-13. But, it wasn't bad. I can agree. Hidden gem. See you later.